All right, so today this is going to be a fun one. This is a little bit of a different use case for AI again, and continuing in this series of unconventional ways to use AI such that they really improve your life. So since I was a kid, I have always been super crazy about like planning out the things that I need to do. I'm definitely sort of like a type A person, and I find that creating structure in my life and creating sort of like agendas and writing the tasks of things I need to do every day has sort of always been a foundational part of my character. If you know me, a lot of people have sort of gotten this vibe from me probably over the years that I like to definitely write things down and sort of maintain a checklist or a to-do list of things in my life. So when I heard about AI initially and sort of started seeing how they were integrating into our workflows, I spent a lot of time thinking about different ways that I could use it beyond things like just ChatGPT or just a simple chat interface. One of the things that I sort of thought about as I started to see Claude Code get integrated into our workflows was I'd sort of always wanted a chief of staff, and I sort of thought about how this was probably perfectly timed because AI can do exactly that. So I set out to create a chief of staff that does the most important things in my day. So as I'm waking up around 5 or 6 a.m., it's kicking off and it's looking at my agenda for the day. It has access to my calendars through a thing called iCalBuddy, or I think it's been since renamed iCalPal. I sort of see it as the calendar is the time block. It is the clear indication of I need to do this thing at this very specific time. My task list and my agenda is sort of more focused on task level specific things. So these are the things that I need to do in order to continue moving along with the projects that I am currently working on. And this is sort of a two-way street because I sort of have new things coming up every day and some things completing. So this list sort of is getting items from the top and then, we're slicing sort of things from the bottom. So it's this constant queue of tasks and things that need to be done. So to take things out of that list, I need to complete them and mark them as done. And then to add things, I'm either adding them manually, or one of the big things that I thought that this chief of staff could do is automatically add them based on Google Meet notes that I get delivered to my inbox. I'll expand on that shortly. So knowing that I sort of have these time blocks or commitments from different calendars, and this is spread from lots of different Gmails or emails, different calendars that I have through different organizations and different inboxes, if you will. And it's taking the task list of things that I need to do each day and sort of their due date, and it's sort of bringing those together into a single consolidated briefing. Another responsibility of the chief of staff is to block off all my other calendars when one of my other calendars has a time slot, so calendars don't get double booked. So for example, if I have an event occurring on calendar A, and people are able to book on calendar B, I create a fake event on calendar B so nobody can accidentally schedule time over that in calendar B. This task is running daily, so it's able to pick up the changes that happen from day to day and account for that in its planning for the daily briefing. And now going back to the idea that Google Meets can produce sort of tasks that we add to the agenda for the day. If you've used Google Meets recently, you know that the AI notes and sort of the summary of how the meeting went is sent to you after the meeting completes. You get an inbox message. And of course, I was thinking, well, why don't we just get that into a large language model and see if we can create tasks out of the summary? So now what I have Claude doing is it reads my Gmail inbox and it waits for an email to be delivered that matches the Google AI summary format by looking at a label that I automatically apply to emails that Gmail thinks are Google AI summaries. And then what I have Claude doing is reading that email and extracting all of the to-do items that were assigned to me in the meeting. So if I say in the meeting, hey Gemini, remind me to follow up on this, I will see a new item in my daily agenda around following up on whatever this is. So this is really cool because I think a lot of times we say things in meetings and then we forget to follow up on them because there's no connection between the thing that you say in the meeting and your agenda. I wanted to bring these two things together, so that's exactly what the chief of staff does, or at least that's one of the responsibilities of the chief of staff. So beyond creating the daily briefing, blocking off time on my calendar so that there can't be double bookings, and also adding items to my task list that I mentioned during meetings. I also have the chief of staff doing a comprehensive weekly summary. Basically what happened last week and what to expect looking forward this week. I also have it pull together my health data from the week and give me a summary of sort of how I did this week in my diet and in my fitness journey. It also breaks down tasks by project, so I'm able to understand what the workload per project is for this week, and also any key deliverables that I might owe sort of at the end of that week. I find this to be incredibly helpful because then I'm waking up in the morning and looking at this daily briefing and understanding exactly what's going to happen in my day before the day even gets started. It's a really powerful and low-cost way to sort of bring a virtual chief of staff into your life. And if you're interested in setting something like this up for yourself, just reach out. I'd love to help you get a chief of staff set up that works exactly the way you want it to for your life. Kind of cool in my opinion.